What's going on, everyone? In this video, we're going to talk about the NASDAQ futures. So for all of you futures traders, we really need to take a look at the big macro picture, right? So this market has been doing some strange things. You know, we have big intraday pulls, gap ups or gap downs. You know, today we had a gap up in technology. A lot of names opened up higher than where, you know, we kind of settled yesterday, kind of taking away some of the ranges that we could have played to the long side today. Now, I was really looking for some sort of pullback off the open to kind of trap shorts and then take out those pre-market highs. The majority of stocks kind of just, you know, took out those highs, put in a new high, and then we had an aggressive hour candle that kind of pulled back. And if I show you guys simply here on the NASDAQ 100, if we just look at the 1 hour candlestick. So look at this candlestick right here, right off the bell. We absolutely exploded over all that after hours and pre-market action here, right into this upper Bollinger Band at around 12.9, kind of trickled around. And then literally the next candle here at 7 a.m., 10 a.m. Eastern time, you know, we started to immediately sell back. And we sold back right into the 1 hour's demand zones here at the 5 and 10 day moving average. So very aggressive candles to the north side as well as to the downside. But if you look at what we did here at 8 a.m., not only did we sort of eat that price action back up, but we kind of closed at the top of the range. And now as we are into the New York lunch hour, which personally I tend to stay away from just due to the volatility, is you know, the ranges, they contract, right? And you see a lot of choppier moves and a lot of smaller candles during that New York lunch hour. I just don't like the action. Normally I try to finish before New York lunch hour, but again, I do come back, you know, I do my technical analysis during this hour, and then I kind of come back, see, is anything actually setting up to kind of close the day? Right now, it's just so hard. I would like it if we just kind of stay here, because it's going to set up really good value to the long side tomorrow, not only on the NASDAQ futures, but a lot of tech stocks, right? So if we just close here, all we're really looking to do going into tomorrow, let the overnight session, let the London session boys kind of take this out here into this 12,942. Anything over 12,942 would start another leg into 13,000 on the NQ. That's essentially the move that we would be looking for into that 13,194. So we got about 100 to 300 points worth of room from here if we can kind of break into this new channel. Now, for some of you guys who are new to trading with me, you may be thinking to yourselves, what are all of these lines that you have on your charts? All of these different lines are going to represent supply and demand zones. They're moving averages, channel lines, so forth and so forth. If it's confusing to you, it's because you don't know how to play and trade them. It's not confusing to me. Everything is very clear. So what that means is I don't really necessarily want to be going short against the market here, and I don't want to be trading when we're in between a lot of supply and demand zones. But if you noticed up here, it's very clear. This is a trade that I want to be involved in. I don't want to be involved in a ton of trades when we're stuck down here. Like, for example, if you see this purple line here, this is the 20-day moving average. I don't want to be stuck and trapped in here, kind of chopping around sideways. I don't want to be stuck between the 50 and the 100, the 50 and the 10. I do not want to be stuck in between these ranges, because generally speaking, we get tighter ranges. Now, if you look at what we did off the open here, if you notice, we're above all of these demand zones. We're above all the supply. And when we have open space, you can see we really push into it very nicely. When we get rejected, which you can see here at this linear regression channel, we got rejected here, and being that when we lost this Bollinger Band here, we had a lot of room back down. So you can see the ranges are going to be big, both to the long side as well as to the short side here. But what I'm essentially looking for now is to kind of clear out 1, 2, 3, 4 hours worth of price action. And if we can get a break over this channel line here at around 12,944, we could have some room to stretch. That's essentially what I'm looking for. If we do look at the daily time frame, each candlestick is going to represent one trading day. We've been in a tight range, up, down, up, down, up, down, for the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days, almost 2 trading weeks. If you look at yesterday, it looked like we were getting ready to fall off a cliff. We did lose the 5-10 day moving average. We lost this channel line here. Anything today that would have taken us below 12,636 could have came all the way down here and kind of invalidated those bulls down to around 12,466. Now, that didn't happen. And in fact, yet we gapped up higher over the 5 and 10 day moving average, and we've made this push higher. So if we can confirm today's price action tomorrow over that 12.93 area, then essentially we could push into these top wicks here, maybe get these wick fills into that 13,000. Anything over this top wick here at around 13,082 could push into around 13,151. This would be my next price target. It's the upper Bollinger Band. Now again, keep in mind Bollinger Bands are subject to change with the price action. This could definitely start to come down here. We got to kind of have to keep that in mind. But as of right now, going into tomorrow, we do have room into around 13,100 area. That would be where I'm looking to kind of stand, as long as the market doesn't do something crazy and sell off 100, 150 points into the close today. I think any close today, you have to give bulls benefit of the doubt. We're over all of the short-term moving averages. Why would anyone want to short here? Again, you could be thinking, well, we're at the top of the range. If this market's been range bound for almost 2 weeks, then why don't we short at the top of the range and we buy at the bottom of the range? That's exactly correct. That's exactly how I've been playing it myself. When we get down to the bottom of the range, I look for those moves and those intraday pivot points to kind of play back up into the middle of the range. And then when we kind of get to the middle of the range, I sit out until we get to the top, and then I try to short. But as of where we stand now, this is an engulfing candle from yesterday, kind of taking out all of yesterday's price action, and we do still have some room to kind of stretch. So if we do kind of want to finally break out of this 2-week channel, this is something that I'm going to be looking for here, is anything over today's highs. So kind of keep that in mind. If we look at a 4-hour time frame chart and we kind of see where we stand on the 4-hour time frame, you can see going back 2 candles on the 4-hour time frame, we got our first close over that 20 SMA. Again, for all of you swing traders, what you would be looking for is to kind of clean up supply, get above the most recent supply zone, which is a 20-day moving average, and look for the most room in the trade. That's what I really want to stress to you guys. There's no room when you're trapped in between, but when we finally clean up, you know, this supply, and we get over, and then we have a lot of space. Like if you can see here, this candle with the little green arrow on it, we get over this 20 SMA, we've got a ton of space to the next supply zone. Guys, this is where you want to be in the trade. You don't want to be long when we're trapped, you know, in between here and here, in between here and here. You can kind of get my drift, right? We're looking for trades that are going to give us the most amount of potential, right? We can't just take a trade just for the sake of frickin' taking a trade, right? We have to understand we are coming into supply on the 4-hour time frame, looking at around 12,968 on the NASDAQ 100. So again, if you are long, and you did get long this morning off the open, we're up 194 points, 94 ticks on the NASDAQ futures, about 1.5%. Make sure you guys are taking profits into this, right? We can reassess once we take out all of this distribution here. So we would essentially need to get over this Bollinger Band. We're going to need to really clear out that 13,000, and over 13,000 is definitely going to have room to stretch into 13.1, 13.2, could be the next leg higher, and finally start to expand these channels. I hope this video helps. If you guys are interested in trying to learn how to trade a system that you guys can use on a day in and day out basis that's going to manage your risk and keep you guys as safe as possible, make sure that you guys join evolutiontraders.com. You're going to get access to 2 video courses, as well as live training and live community action in the Discord. And I'll see you guys on the next video.